for 2023 is the Springfield Echelon. The striker-fired polymer frame pistol features Springfield's new variable interface system for mounting multiple optic footprints and the serialized cog fire control for inserting into multiple frames. Find out more at springfield-armory.com.
Hey there, Tundra Nation, and welcome back to the channel. Now, we've been brave enough to take on Gen X and the Millennials, and now we're setting our sights on the literal granddaddy of them all, folks. It's the Boomers. I know you've fallen down and can't get up, so it's best if you just start the show. First up, we have the most popular Boomer caliber of all time. It's the 38 Special, folks, because if there's one generation that knows it's special, well, it's gotta be the Boomers. This round is so out of date that it's usually packaged in a fossilized I Love Lucy lunchbox and delivered by Doc Brown throwing the package on your porch from a DeLorean while shouting, "Great Scott!"
Oh, great Scott!
Boomers clutch to the 38 Special like the last bit of praise their World War II dads gave before sitting them down to explain that mommy and daddy were gonna live in different houses now. I know that hurt, champ, but imagine how hurt your dad was when he found out you only shot his Colt King Cobra loaded with 38 Special instead of a real man's caliber like 357.
Son of a...
You stubbornly refuse to give up your trusty Ruger LCR revolver, a gun that looks and shoots so cheap, even corrupt cops won't use it as their drop piece, and declaring that they have standards now. All right, folks, you know what's next. Come on, you know it. Say it with me, all right? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. 2 World Wars! That's right, folks. 45 ACP, the classic choice for the Boomer who wants to remind everybody that they were born in the good old days. Let me be the first to tell you, this round does not perform the way you think it does, since it's subsonic and has the same ballistics coefficient as a cat trying to get out of a bath it doesn't want to take. It's odd that you always choose to scream 2 World Wars when the 45 ACP comes up, given that you fought in neither. And let's be honest, the last time you cracked open a history book, it was to hollow it out and stash your Mary Jane supply somewhere where the kids couldn't find it. Joke's on you, bub. It turns out you and Billy, well, you have the same dealer.
That's a dang it.
You're the same Boomer who insists all good music died with Elvis, the last great car was the Studebaker, and Wonder Woman should have stayed in the kitchen. Your opinions are as bad as the whiskey that you buy in bulk from the bottom shelf of Costco that's been aged all of 5 weeks in genuine Home Depot buckets. The 50 Action Express is the choice for the Boomer who believes bigger is always better, and that's why you have a big house, a big car, and when you make whoopee with the missus, it feels like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. You shoot the 50 Action Express out of a gold-plated Tiger Stripe Desert Eagle because Corvette doesn't make guns yet, and your midlife crisis needed somewhere to hang out on the gun range. When the Gen Z and Millennial shooters come by asking you how you can afford $3,100 just for the flex, well, you tell them to stop buying avocado toast and invest in real estate like you did when you were 25 and houses cost a nickel.
Yeah, you suck.
You chose the 50 Action Express because it's about as subtle as your views on social media and as refined as your taste in light beer. Buddy, too bad Viagra won't solve that limp wrist problem of yours. I see you over there rocking your 357 Magnum with the smug look of somebody who thinks that they've made a good decision. Or are you constipated? Honestly, with a face like that, it's kind of hard to tell. The Boomer rocking the 357 Magnum is just trying to impress his fictional TV detective dad who actually raised him after his real dad left for a pack of smokes on New Year's Eve and didn't come back home until Easter. No doubt Starsky, Hutch, or that dude from Hawaii 5-0 rocking the Colt Python became your ideal of manhood, which would have been fine if it had taken. Now you grew up, and after leaving home, you got a bit curious about the 357 SIG, which is fine. I mean, it's natural to get caliber curious, but unfortunately, like an STI and not the gun company, it stuck around. Now you just fill the comment section on YouTube videos trying to justify buying the 357 SIG, which is the most expensive version of an underperforming 9mm that is physically possible. One thing you won't have to justify is to come check me out on Twitch where I play games and talk guns 7 days a week. That's Tundra Gaming Live over on Twitch, folks. Check it out. Ah, the 9mm, the choice of the baby boomer who thinks that they're staying relevant and hip. While all your friends shout out to World Wars, you laugh and think of yourself as still young and cool. You're constantly trying to stay on top of the latest trends, which is why you're always wearing skinny jeans and getting your tips frosted, which, by the way, is the only action any tip of yours has gotten since the fall of Saigon.
Ron, are you okay? Ron.
You're hitting on people half your age by telling them how lit you think Macklemore is and how it would be on fleek if they would just let you slide into their LinkedIn DMs and get on that Bitcoin operation. Your friends have stopped inviting you over for barbecues and parties, not because you shoot 9mm, but their kids told them you wouldn't stop asking them how Snapchat worked. The only thing sadder than your attempt to act half your age is the number of rounds you land outside the A zone. Dad taught you that 380 ACP is the best caliber he ever shot, and if it got him through the big WW2, what better endorsement could you ask for? You remember him fondly talking about it being the perfect balance. He would tell you the number of times it saved his life in Poland and how the capybaras on his plantation in Argentina were no match for a 380 ACP. Wait a second. You say your dad was in Poland and Argentina? You know what? We're just going to move on. Yeah.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Oh boy, every time we mention this caliber, I get deluged by boomers who have somehow figured out how to get the comments they fax to YouTube posted on our videos. Fine, I'm gonna do it, but don't say I didn't warn you. Here we have the 22 long rifle. 22 long rifle is the perfect boomer caliber. I mean, the opinions of 22 long rifle fanboys grossly overinflate its capabilities and uses. Now, I get it. You're all in a fixed income ever since taking up that offer from Robert Stack on getting a reverse mortgage. And to all of our surprises, you are still alive long after your doctor, spouse, and liver thought you'd be shooting on in the great range in the sky. And yes, before you ask, I have read all your comments about how 22 long rifle is the preferred caliber of assassins, survivalists, and how you personally knew a guy who took down a bear with it. All of these, by the way, have been things actually posted by you on our videos. Weirdos. All right, let me just clear a few things up here. You are wrong. So go ahead and down another spoonful of Metamucil and start demanding your grandkids show you how to type under our videos so you can leave a rant about the greatness of 22 LR, as disconnected from reality as your generation is.
Blasted meddling kids.
The 44 Magnum, the choice of the boomer who wants to make a statement, and that statement is, get off my lawn. You have an entire wall of shelves dedicated to your Clint Eastwood movie collection, and creepily, it's all just copies of two movies, Dirty Harry and The Bridges of Madison County. You have never served in the armed forces or in law enforcement, but the back window of your Rally Racing Orange 79 Pinto is covered with the bumper stickers from all the military branches and one lifetime NRA membership sticker. You thought America was a better place when the cars got 5 miles to the gallon, and the only way to find out if a woman was pregnant meant killing a rabbit. Look it up. It's true, folks. Also, somebody needs to stop taking your red stapler.
That's the last straw.
Ah, the 32 ACP, the caliber of choice for a boomer who has inherited all of his guns and refuses to buy more. The boomer acts as if they made a choice to embrace the eccentricity of preferring the 32 ACP as if it were some charming affectation, like owning a Fiat or enjoying the comedy of Amy Schumer.
You suck.
Carrying 32 ACP is the boomerest of boomer moves because instead of admitting that they made a mistake, they refuse to admit they've made the mistake and just double down like a child trying to convince his friends the entire time he meant to go number 2 in his pants.
Who there called my name?
Being that it's close to Halloween, I'm going to show you a skill. It's called clairvoyance, and I'm going to tell you what you're typing right now in the comments. You're going to say, it depends on the situation, and I'm the first to admit that at your age, you are the expert on depends. But when it comes to 32 ACP, I'm just not buying it. The number of guns that were available in 32 ACP used to be plentiful, but like a high school reunion on 3 Mile Island, they just kept dying off. Subscribe!